Hi first graders, I'm back. And I'm back to talk to you about our paragraph from our personal narrative, our true story about you that already happened. So we are talking about this story that we had mapped out on page number 84. And we said this week we are just talking about the beginning of our story. Last time when you were working, we talked about how the green light sentence should talk about when this happened, who was in the story, and then what happened. So this is what my sentence looked like. This summer, my family, so that's the when was the summer, my family is the who, was standing in our driveway talking to our neighbors. This was my green light sentence. Today we're going to transition into the yellow light sentences. So the green light really told us what's going to happen. When we move into the yellow light sentences, this is where I want to add more details. And the details are really the what in the story. So when I'm adding more details, I want to write, what did it look like? What did it feel like? That should be a question mark there. And then what was said? Okay, so I feel like I told you already this sentence matches exactly what was happening here. But now it's time for me to tell you more in these yellow light sentences. So sometimes first graders will look at me and they say, I don't know what else to say. Well, that's why I gave you this detail. So the first thing I want to think about is, what did it look like? So I'm going to try to stop and think. So I'm standing in my driveway, and I'm talking to the neighbors, and what did it look like? The sky got really gray, and it started to rain. That's exactly what it looked like. Now, I'm not talking about this part yet. When we were dancing in the street. Nope, I still want to talk about this part right here. So I said the sky got really gray and it started to rain. This is what I thought up. When we say think it up, write it down. So my next sentence, the sky got really, okay, so really gray. The sky got really gray. And what did I say next? And it started to rain because that's what happened, okay? And it started to, and what did I say it started to do? It started to rain. This is a yellow light sentence. It tells us more about what was happening up here. It tells me more about what's happening in this picture. I gave more details. But I can keep going. I can add more than one yellow light sentence. So I also said, what did it feel like? Well, it was still really, really hot. Oftentimes when it rains, especially in Michigan, it can get kind of cold and chilly, but it was still really hot. So that's another great detail that I can add to my story. I thought it up, so I'm going to write it down. Okay, so my next sentence, I said the sky got really gray and it started to rain. I'm saying it was still hot. Well, what was still hot? It was still hot. I better say outside. It was still hot outside. Well, why is that? Why is that interesting? Because it was raining. So I might even want to put that. It was still hot outside, even when. Where's my sticky note? Even when it was raining. So right now, I have now written 2 yellow light sentences. I've told you more details about what was happening here. I'm not talking yet about this part. Nope. I'm just sticking with more details. Anything that came before we were dancing in the street in the rain. First graders, I challenge you, when you are writing, I want you to think really hard if you can add more details. When I add more details, I can add, what did it look like? What did it feel like? Or another thing I could do is I could say, what was said? So I can say right over here, I remember Lisa, our neighbor, said, oh my goodness, look at the rain come down. Or I remember Isla saying, oh my gosh. I could add those details. That's what those yellow light sentences are for. Good luck.